What's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com, and we have some information on the AT&T breach settlement, class action, AT&T Incorporated, AT&T Internet, AT&T phones, AT&T data, AT&T everything. You know, I remember back, some of you might be too young to know this, AT&T used to only have long distance telephone service. Landline. Do y'all know what the landline is? For you that are my age, my birthday is coming up too. Y'all need to give me some shout outs. Hopefully with this video, we're going to be able to get me past the 100,000 subscriber mark, because I know for sure there's more than 10,000 people out there who are going to receive money back from this class action lawsuit, including myself. As a matter of fact, my businesses were, my business's information was in the data breach, and I have with AT&T 3 business accounts, and AT&T took over DirecTV, and guess what? They made the login, the ID, they mixed them up to where you can log in with your DirecTV account, but you could choose AT&T or your DirecTV account, which allowed the hackers to also have the access to DirecTV information in an inadvertent way. To this date, I haven't gotten any information that DirecTV was included, but that might be down the line. What we have right here, and the numbers that they've thrown out there were like $7,000, up to 7,000. I've heard up to 5,000, but this is the website that will be used. You know me, I'm going to get that information for you so you'll know where that website is, and you can click here to contact them if you don't get that little postcard in the mail or you don't get that notification. Or you can submit your claim right through here, which is what I'm going to do, because I was breached and my credit monitoring service stated that my information was in the breach. And again, like I said earlier, it was 3 business accounts, and within those 3 business accounts, there were multiple services within those businesses where we had accounts with AT&T, and the majority of them was for internet services, and I believe landline for the faxing services also. So just a little brief background. It says here, on March 30, 2024, AT&T announced that AT&T specified fields were contained in a data set released on the dark web. AT&T One data incident. Following AT&T's announcement of the AT&T One data incident, lawsuits were filed against AT&T in states and federal courts across the country. The lawsuits were consolidated before Judge Brown in Northern District of Texas in June of 2024, and captioned in, it says, R.E. AT&T Inc. Consumer Data Breach Litigation, MDL Docket 324MD03114E and then it says, then on July 12th, 2024, AT&T announced a second data incident where certain limited data had been illegally downloaded from AT&T Workspace on a third-party cloud platform hosted by Snowflake Inc. AT&T 2 data incident. Following AT&T's announcement of the AT&T 2 incident, lawsuits were filed with various entities, including AT&T entities. The lawsuits were consolidated before Judge Morris in District of Montana in October 2024, and caption RE Snowflake Inc. Data Breach Litigation, MDL Docket Number 324MD3126. The parties in the lawsuit concerning both AT&T 1 incidents and AT&T 2 data incidents together, actions agreed in March 2025 to settle the actions together in the Northern District of Texas before Judge Brown. I can tell you right now the reason why they did it in Texas is because Texas has limited state taxes. They don't have state taxes, so the attorneys, when they receive it in Texas, they will not have to pay certain taxes they would have had to pay in other states. On May 30th, 2025, AT&T 1 plaintiffs and AT&T 2 plaintiffs filed the consolidated class action complaint against AT&T asserting claims that arose out of the data incidents. The parties have settled the actions in either entirely without any admission of liability or wrongdoing. So it says right here, AT&T 1 settlement class, all living persons in the United States whose data elements, which include some combination of name, address, telephone numbers, email addresses, both date of birth, account passcodes, and this was something that I had gotten from my dark web credit monitoring service. You can go to www.your3scores.com. You will get dark web information if you had any data breaches that have not been made fully public yet. Account billing numbers, social security numbers were included. AT&T 1 data incident announcing on March 30th, 2024. AT&T 2 settlement class, AT&T account owners or line or end users. Remember, right there, line or end users. AT&T 2 elements were involved in AT&T 2 data incident. AT&T 2 data elements means telephone numbers and current and former AT&T customers, including but not limited to account owners and line users, which may have been accessible in AT&T 2 data incident, along with the telephone numbers with those customers interacted, counts those interactions, aggregates, calls, duration, day and month, and small sublet of individuals, one or more, cell site identification number associated with interactions. So right here, the news had stated $7,000. It's saying here with this class action is up to $5,000. This is straight from the settlement website. The settlement website will be in the description of this video. So you can see right here, and it has these tier classes. Tier class 1, tier class 2. So let's go over tier class. Well, we know right here, document loss, cash payment. Each AT&T 1 settlement class member may submit a claim for the documented loss that occurred 2019 or later upon the documentation of the losses fairly transable to AT&T 1 incident or. So tier cash payment as an alternative to the documentation loss. You can, settlement class member may submit a claim for a tier class cash payment. A tier cash payment is a pro rata share of the AT&T net funds. So they're going to break it down after they know how many people are in the numbers, after the fees to the attorneys, then they'll break that apart to everybody. Tier 1 payment. AT&T 1 settlement class member who had their social security numbers SSN included in the AT&T 1 data incident. Tier class 2, AT&T 1 settlement class member who had their data elements included, but it must be without their social security number being disclosed. And we got AT&T's the second 2 settlement class. You got up to $2,500, and they have tier 3 cash payment alternative to a document loss cash payment accounts you may enter into. This is the same where you can enter into the where it'll be divided. Basically, bottom line, it'll be divided. Here go the deadlines. Well, let's hear this overlap settlement class member. An overlap settlement class member is eligible for settlement class member benefits as both AT&T 1 settlement class member and AT&T 2. So you could get it from both of them. From looking at mine, there was, when they say documentation, when they say, documented loss, if you were running your credit and you had some information placed on your credit reports that potentially was ID theft, where someone used your information to utilize your credit, you have documentation from a third party source. Can't just be, word of mouth or whatever. You have to document it, and the easiest way to have documented it is to show them a before and after of your credit reports. They would see that an account was not yours, and then you would have to have submitted ID theft documentation to the bureaus and probably a police report to show that this was serious and real and that it wasn't your account. And then you would be able to qualify for the higher payments. So here, your legal rights, you can submit a claim form, and it needs to be postmarked before November 18, 2025. If you want to exclude yourself, you want to say, hey, everybody, if it was, this is the way I say it, you'd be like, hey, if it was me that did it, I would be I would be paying out the you-know-what. So even though I may not have been harmed in a sense where someone used my information for ID, but you have a responsibility to protect my information or you're in violation, and I don't want the small payout. I want you to pay me maybe, $10,000 or $20,000 because my data is important to me. And if you don't like it, then, we can end up going to court on this, and then they might go ahead and pay out whatever you demanded, because they're going to know that if you go to court and your whole stance is going to be, well, my data was breached. Even though you're not saying any wrongdoing, you're not admitting any wrongdoing. I have this class action to on my side that you did something wrong. You don't just pay out millions of dollars if you didn't do nothing wrong. And then number two, we understand you to do nothing wrong, but as a company who is collecting data, you don't have that privacy statement on your website for just no reason. I think that, even though it was a mistake, it wasn't your fault, you're supposed to have protective measures in place. I would just, settle out the whole thing for 10, 20, 30, whatever you feel like you want to, offer them so they could just settle with you out of court. Here are the important phone numbers and stuff like that. Something that I'm going to do that came to mind. If you want to opt out, because I could just tell you the amount of money that's going to, well, I don't want to say for sure, but if with the other settlements, the highest one I've seen was Santander, and they basically got away with, well, I won't say got away with it. They forgave the debt on millions of dollars worth of auto loan deficiency balances. They forgave those, and they also, with people who still had the vehicle, turned over the title to the vehicles on them. But most of the people only got like $136 to $260. So this is what I want to offer. I'm thinking of having one of my paralegals do this. If you want to opt out and just go for it and send them a demand for payment saying that you're going to opt out and that you would like to settle out of court, and whatever your number is, that's your number. You can contact us at the Credit Repair Shop, and we will prepare your documents for you for a fee, obviously. But if you want to chance it, maybe you'll get a bigger payout. Because remember, what's on your side is that they're not doing this settlement agreement for the breach for nothing. They're not doing it for nothing. And I'll put the link to this website. Here it is right here. I'll just pull that up. right there, and this must be the company that's handling the suit. All right, thank you for your time. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at creditrepairshop.com. Watch a video of what makes a difference so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit report scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports on all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you early in the game, you can go to summonsmaster.com and create a exclusive certified debt validation letter to stop debt collectors from coming after you. If you're being sued by debt collectors, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload your summons response as one PDF file. You'll get a fully formatted response to every allegation in your summons and a defense to potentially win your case. All you got to do is sign and date it. That's it. No typing on your part. If you can put those documents together, you can easily do it. If you need help, we can also do it. Go to summonsmaster.com. Thank you for your time. Links are below on this video for everything.